13 from Bishopville to Berlin, Newark, Snow Hill, Pocomoke, etc. Moving along there. And a decent go as we head along into Wicomico County, rolling on 50 from Willards to Pittsville to Parsonsburg, bypass around Salisbury, good, and 50 good to the Bay Bridge. That's your traffic for the Voice Radio Network.
Traffic brought to you by Wolf and Meow, a different styling experience for your pet. Located at Victoria's Landing in Long Neck. Contact them at 302-390-5560 or at wolfandmeow.com.
Bob Horowitz.
Hello there.
Hey, good morning.
Hi.
It's Bill and Jessica, Power 1017. How are you?
Good morning.
I'm doing terrific. Excited to. That's right. There's a game. We're excited to watch the game as well as the commercial.
Right.
We are.
Right. Well, of course, you're the executive producer of Super Bowl Greatest Commercials, All-Time Classics, Primetime Special. It's on tonight, 8 o'clock on CBS. How long have you been, doing the commercials for the Super Bowl? How long have you been? Are you involved?
This will be the 21st year. Isn't that kind of crazy that the big new TV show the TV show that's lasted 21 years is a show about commercials?
Commercials, right.
Well, I remember back in the day. Yeah, back in the day, as a kid, it was. When growing up, like, oh my gosh, if you don't know the teams in the Super Bowl, it's all about the commercials, and we used to rate them, and we used to not be able to wait. You're a big deal,
It's one of those things. Like people will say often, like, how did you guys come up with the idea? What was behind doing this? How did you know? I said, Super Bowl party. And they go, ha, 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 ha. No, tell me, how'd you know? The Super Bowl party.
Right.
21 years ago, was at a Super Bowl party, and during the course of the game, everyone was at the buffet table having their chili, having their sandwiches, drinking their beer, having their glass of wine. But the minute the commercials came on, they scampered back in the living room. Can't miss the commercials. So we kind of said that maybe there should be a show about commercials. CBS said yes. It was a success, and we do it every year, whether CBS has the Super Bowl that year or not.
Now, what are some of your, do you have personal all-time favorite commercials, or what were some of the biggest ones that got, the most reaction?
Well, I think for me, I judge them by after watching them 100 times.
Right.
More. Like which ones do I still love, or whether that's
which ones had a lasting a lasting memory.
Say, because those are the two buckets that great Super Bowl commercials fall into: tug on the heartstrings, or make you kind of chuckle, smile, laugh out loud. So the Coke Mean Joe Green commercial that'll be in our show on CBS that's a big one for me, because I think it's a very well done, simple, cute spot with that kid saying, hey, Mean Joe, you want my Coke? And the Coke and a smile. And that was 1979.
Wow.
So think that that's resonating that many years later is pretty amazing. I love the 1984 Apple commercial. I love all the commercials. Budweiser, not all.
Oh, and the
almost
frogs.
Every single one. Budweiser. They just every year seem to field some great spots, whether that's the What's Up or the Lizards or the Clydesdales.
Yeah, I was going to say the Clydesdales.
That's great.
I always think about the Clydesdales. So has the internet, as far as commercials go, has the internet over the past 10 years or whatever, do you think it's hurt some of the Super Bowl commercials, the surprise value because they've leaked early? Is that a thing? Is that considered a problem, or do you think it really has no impact?
That you say that. I understand why companies do it, right?
Right.
I understand why companies do it, because when you're spending $6.5 million for a commercial, and then you're paying for the production, and then you're hiring the marketing and ad campaign, it's a lot of money for 30 seconds up there in 8 figures. And you want to get your money back. How do you do that? You want it on social media beforehand and afterwards. I think to a degree it does hurt it, because I think they try to, when I say sell it, they try to make the point of they want it. I don't know, that they think there's a way to tease it that then has anticipation from viewers on Sunday. I still like those companies that keep tight-lipped and surprise you on Sunday. That's something you're not something that you're not expecting. So I think they give too much away.
Right.
In many ways, I don't know. We not only salute the past, but we also give viewers a look at the spots to see on Sunday. So, in one specific situation that hits on your point, and again, it's just what I feel is probably the best is we take a viewer to see the behind-the-scenes making of a Super Bowl commercial. So that's the BMW, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Salma Hayek, major spots at the launch of their electric car. That we take the viewer behind the scenes and you see that, I think it is cool because it gives the viewers watching on Sunday sitting around the living room saying, oh, yeah, this is the spot I saw. They did that, and there's these little tidbits that makes the viewer more knowledgeable so they appreciate more.
Yeah.
For someone to know exactly what to look for takes away from the spot. So it's good you bring that up because I do feel that if more companies were tight-lipped ahead of time,
are you finding a lot of that this year? Or a lot of companies this year?
Enjoy the experience on Sunday even more.
Are a lot of companies this year like having spoilers, or are there going to be a lot of surprises, you think?
I think that you're going to see more stars than you've seen before.
Okay.
Which is great. Guy Fieri has a funny spot with Bud Light. This is crazy. This is the 40th year that Bud Light has been in the Super Bowl. I mean, that's just incredible.
Yeah.
To me, I probably guessed like 30. There, Ty Burrell from Modern Family has a very clever, fun spot. Idris Elba has a very clever, commercial. So a lot of celebrity spots you'll see, and then the Mannings, the whole Mannings teamed up with J.B. Smooth and
I love J.B.
Halle
Smooth.
Berry for a spot from Caesars Sportsbook that we haven't seen the whole spot, which I love. They didn't want to give it away.
Yeah, that's what I like.
That'll be something to look for.
Well, look, again, we're looking forward to it. And, yeah, some of the big ones that I'm seeing here, as always, you got Budweiser, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Pepsi, Doritos. Got to throw in there the GoDaddy ones. You don't see any GoDaddy commercials until the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, you always remember them. So, again, looking forward to it tonight. Super Bowl Greatest Commercials, All-Time Classics, Primetime Special tonight, 8 o'clock on CBS. Bob Horowitz, the executive producer. We're looking forward to it. It wouldn't be right, though, since we're talking about the Super Bowl, without asking you who you got. I know you're a commercial expert, but you like the Bengals or the Rams this year?
I think the Rams. I grew up in Los Angeles, so I'm a little partial there. But what's kind of cool, though, I'd say, is last time the Bengals were in the Super Bowl.
I know. 30 years ago.
Quarterback was, right?
Yeah, Joe Burrow. And 30 years ago, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, and old Boomer Esiason, our host.
Yes.
Maryland grad, right?
Yeah, Boomer.
So that's kind of cool.
I love Boomer.
Boomer's pretty psyched.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So it's definitely going to be a good one, and we can't wait for the halftime show either. So, but Bob Horowitz, definitely looking forward to it. Can't wait to see your special. Thank you so much for checking in, man. We appreciate it.
Thank
you, and enjoy the show, and enjoy the game and commercials this Sunday.
Wake up every Thursday morning starting at 6 with Bill and John.